You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, if you are a male that wants to participate in women's track and field in the 2028 Olympics, you got some devastating news coming to you folks. And we're not talking about President Trump banning transgenders from women's sports. Oh, no. This is actually much bigger, guys. This is going to have a global impact. Now, President Trump's executive order applies to the United States. And it really needs to be codified in the law because let's say another Democrat gets in and then they could just wipe it away. Doesn't make any sense, but that's just the reality. But who is the governing body for track and field? That is World Athletics. And folks, they just announced the end of males and female sports in track and field. It is going to be a wrap because, folks, not only are they keeping out the males, transgenders out of female sports, but the way they're going to do it, they're not going to be able to beat this test, man. The transgenders, the men that want to try and dupe a test, it's not going to happen. Now, how did Imane Khalif end up getting kicked out of boxing at the International Boxing Association? How did it happen? They did a sex test. And it came back that Imane Khalif was a male. Had XY chromosomes. That's just a fact. And that's why the women at the Olympics were protesting, throwing up two X's to let them know that they were actually females. Well, got some bad news, folks, for the transgenders. Here we go. Right over here, guys. World Athletics takes massive step towards protecting women's sports in Olympic. World Athletics, the governing body for track and field, took a massive step towards protecting women's sports. The organization, which oversees Olympic track and field, announced it will perform biological sex tests on female athletes to keep males out of the women's category. Sebastian Coe, the president of World Athletics, said that the pre-clearance testing will be for athletes to compete in the female category, and adding that the testing is important. Now, folks, the 2028 Olympics are going to be here in the United States, in LA. And I'm pretty sure the left, man, is going to be devastated when there's going to be zero transgenders in the Olympics. Trump isn't playing when he's talking about punishing people that actually try to dupe the system and participate in women's sports if they're not a woman. But here, with a World Athletics, man, they're taking a massive step to test everyone. Yeah, you're going to be found out if you're not an actual female. Just that simple. Now, let's go ahead and listen into this clip right here, guys, because this is the death blow here for men trying to compete in women's sports. Here we go.
So on the gender verification, what are the pre-clearance tests, and will they apply to every athlete trying to compete in women's athletics?
Look, the pre-clearance testing will be for athletes to be able to compete in the female category. The process is very straightforward, frankly, very clear, and it's an important one.
So are these swab tests?
Well, yeah, the swab test. I mean, we've had the working group and our medical teams have been looking at that. But look, that is largely the two determinants here are firstly finding the right provider, because we are a global sport, so you do need to provide a provider with the capacity, the scale and capacity to be able to do that. And Cheek cheek swab or the dry blood test. But yeah, it'll be it's along the lines of something that will be administered once in the career of an athlete, of female athlete.
Why do you think it's so important to do it? And also, are the DSD parameters changing as well?
It's important to do it because it maintains everything that we've been talking about, and particularly recently, about not just talking about the integrity of female women's sport, but actually guaranteeing it. And this, we feel, is a really important way of providing confidence and maintaining that absolute focus on the integrity of competition.
I'm sorry, Friday. I just say, Friday, are you prepared for any resistance about some criticism if it's too intrusive?
No, neither of these are invasive. They are necessary, and they will be done to absolutely international medical standards. I wouldn't have set off down this path in 2016, 2017 to protect the female category in sport if I'd been sort of, anything other than prepared to take, the challenge head on. We've been to the Court of Arbitration on our DSD regulations. They've been upheld. And they've again been upheld after appeal. So we will doggedly protect the female category, and we'll do whatever is necessary to do it. And we're not just talking about it.
Yeah. So there you have it, man. That is a wrap right there, man. Now, other global governing bodies need to do the same thing. I believe for the most part, they're going to fall in line because when it comes to the 2028 Olympics, guys, Trump is not letting these people in the country if they're planning to dupe the system. These are foreigners that want to come over here. Let's say, for example, like an Imane Khalif. Yeah, if Imane Khalif tries to come over here and compete in women's boxing, guess what? Imane Khalif will be denied a visa. It's not going to happen. You can't get into this country without a visa. The days of Biden are over with, man. I mean, the southern border closed. Trump is not playing games. And it's really, really good, guys, to actually see World Athletics here come out and say, yeah, we're going to be testing. And there's no way in the world, man, you can actually beat this test, I believe. Unless you find some kind of way to get a female to stand in your place. But I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't, man. So if you're thinking about trying to dupe the system, you got another thing coming. You could be in big trouble if you try to dupe the system, man. Yes, folks, the trans invasion of women's sports is finally ending. And many people may be thinking, why don't we actually see this in men's sports? It's simple, man. It's because actual men have a biological advantage. And even if a female was to quote unquote transition into a male, guess what? Still biologically a female and still would be at a disadvantage. That's why you're not really seeing women transition over to being men and competing in men's sports. They're going to lose. But a man competing in female sports, yeah, they're going to win a lot. And I'm talking about very, very mediocre men like Leah Will Thomas, ranked 470, number one, competing as a woman. CC Telfer, ranked like 370, running with the men. Ranked number one when competing against women. Yeah. So there you have it, guys. Some very, very good news right there. Wanted to update you guys. It is a bad, bad day for the trans community trying to compete in female sports. Gonna leave it right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.